couple of days ago, I talked about decision fatigue, which is basically when you have to make a huge number of decisions. It's very, very tiring. And the more tired you get, the harder it becomes to make good decisions and the easier it is to slip into bad habits. Now, I think this applies to pretty much every aspect of PhD work because you have to make your own decisions about what it is that you're going to do in your project, but it's especially true of writing. So if you think of the simplest thing that you can write, just expressing one idea, even that has countless different ways that you could do it using language. There are countless different ways to express one idea, and you have to make a decision. You have to consider different options and make a decision. That in itself can be difficult, but then when you combine it with the thousands of other things that you want to communicate as well, then there are countless ways of arranging those ideas. There are countless ways to include more detail in one place, less detail in another. There are decisions that you have to make in terms of what you include and what you leave out, all kinds of different things. So writing, this is one of the reasons why it's difficult. It's because you have to make all of these decisions. The mistake that people make, though, is avoiding decision making altogether and just getting words down on the page, and saying, that's all right, I'll sort that out later. I'm not sure what I want to do here, so I'll write about something else and then I'll come back to it. That works in the short term because you get words down on the page. It looks like you're being productive. But what do you do when you're running out of time and you have to start making those decisions? Because then what you have is, maybe 80,000 words that you've written, but you haven't made any decisions about the final form of anything. You haven't taken the time to consider different options and say, no, this is what I want to communicate. This is how I want to express it. So if you're trying to do all of that when you're under immense time pressure, it's no wonder that PhD students end up so stressed. But if you spread that work out, if you spread out the decision making across the months or years that you spend doing your PhD and writing your thesis, then it becomes much easier because you don't have to do it all at the end. And also you train yourself to actually be able to make those decisions. So what I would suggest is slow down, take one short section of writing and think about the different options and then try to make a decision.